Welcome back to Keep Expecting Miracles. I am Ilissa.
And I'm Jessica.
What's going on? How are you doing?
I am good, blessed, and highly favored. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to be back with another new episode for our season.
Yes, 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 yes.
It's been a long time coming. We actually planned to release these episodes and we didn't even realize like our season has started when the fall equinox season. So it's like it is a new season,
Mm-hmm.
which is like,
In
oh, we
alignment.
are in alignment.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. My son is recovering from meniscus surgery, and so I've been nursing him,
Mhm.
but he's doing better and better by the day.
Yeah.
So it was, even though with that, it was still relaxing because I realized this morning when I went to drop my daughter at the school,
Uh huh.
my car was like ready to go. Like it was like ready to roll out the garage. I
Yeah.
barely had to push on the gas. And
Yeah.
then I still saw, I was like, oh shoot, we drank that on Friday. How long has it been since we've been in the car?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. How was your
Yeah.
weekend?
It was good. We didn't do a lot. I used Saturday as a rest day and we stayed home and um Donnell was on call, so he was not at home, but I was at home with the kids. And then um, yesterday on Sunday, we went to a botanical garden just so I could be at.
Oh, good.
So that was really nice. It was okay. I was one with nature, and we came home and we took our naps, and we had a good rest of the day. So the weekend is definitely you want to go out and have fun and do things, but you can see, I can see why you need to rest and recharge because every day during the
Hmm.
week is literally like a lot.
Yeah, because then you come back often like, wait, why is it already Monday? Like I
Mhm,
still need a break.
mhm, mhm. And even
So,
though we're not in, traditional Monday through Friday 9 to 5 jobs, our kids are in school, so
hmm,
it's almost like we're still in that matrix of Monday through Fridays. As much as I want to believe that I am free and my time is my own, it's still
right.
like I have to constantly remind myself that I have control over my
Hmm.
time and my life because it's very easy to get caught up and just
It is.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm happy to be able to rest and have the luxury to do that when I see that it's necessary and needed. So but yeah,
Yeah.
we this today we're talking about it's also very timely because we are in our transformation series. Here on the pod, we are talking about transformation because both of us are going through a transformation, transition. And this episode is you can't have transformation without the chaos
Yeah.
and
Yep.
the
Yep.
disillusion, the breakdown, the dark side of the miracles. You
Yep.
have to be honest and realistic. So we wanted to talk about that and just like, okay, do we have to talk about this? Yes, we do because it has to be acknowledged. But there is a dark side to transforming. That's
Yeah.
you have to be in the dark at some point.
Mm-hmm. 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 And it can look so many different ways. And it's you really don't see it until you're like in it, until you're going through it
Yeah.
to see like one of the dark sides, like an example would be recognizing like, oh wow, I've put up with a lot. Like I'm different now and the habits that I have are now different, but there are still remnants of um habits or things that were looked over before that are now
Hmm.
coming up, and it's like, well, I'm a whole different person. I don't deal with stuff like this anymore. But now you still have to come back and address this, right?
Hmm.
It's almost feels like the past comes back to haunt you, but it's more like this was the pattern that there was, and now that you're a new person, now that you are like on the tail end of transformation, now it's time to wrap this up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, things, there has to be some sort of breakdown. There has to be some
Hmm.
sort of chaos for things to be acknowledged.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like you can't just sweep it underneath the rug and expect it to stay there. Like if you're gonna clean up, if you are, redoing your house, you're gonna have to get all that dirt and all that shit has to come up.
Yes.
So it's, and I think it's something to be said with what's going on right now too. Is there, because the world is in a state of transformation, and because we're stepping into new timelines, and things are going to be different. We don't know
Hmm.
how, but there is breakdown. There's going to be a breakdown in different areas of society, of the world, of different things, whether it's politics, whether it's, food security, whatever it is. And so that's why it feels like there's so much chaos, because things are breaking down everywhere. Things are
Hmm.
falling apart, and it's like, these people need to have an awakening. Okay, so they're going to be, it's different aspects of our world, which is a mirror, have to be addressed. It has to
Hmm.
be addressed. And you can't,
Hmm.
sometimes things don't, are not addressed until people are fed up, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they
Hmm.
are seeing chaos in other areas, or they're seeing where they've been wronged in other areas. And so they're just like, you know what, it's time for me to stand up. It's time for
Hmm.
me to say something.
And that is the season that we're in, right? Pluto in Aquarius, which Pluto is the planet of change, right? Not only do we have up in the sky the planets that are like, hey, now is your time to change what you want to change,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Now is this time for deep transformation.
yeah.
Um, but then also like the eclipse portal, all the stuff that went on during the eclipse portal,
I know, girl.
like
I know. I
like
know.
we're seeing this transformation within our bodies, within our own lives, and everywhere else.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, why is all this stuff happening? Why am I on Earth right now? It's like so many things have to change. Everything has to, it has to happen at some point. So
mhm,
there's so many different systems, like whether it's the schools, the education system, the bank system. Like there's so many things that need deep change and transformation. We're gonna
mhm,
consistently see like, oh shit, that's on fire. This is happening,
yeah,
this is happening, this is happening. So we're going to be moving in and out of the chaos, and it just shows you what we've talked about with, a guest on our show, is like, time is not linear. There's not just one straight timeline for everything. There's going to be an
mhm,
in and out circular movement. Like we're going to go back to certain things, because like we were talking about something that came up in conversation this week, that we held off this weekend, that we held off for the pod, is, ABC, Disney losing almost close to $3 billion because they fired Jimmy Kimmel.
yeah,
And the first thought is, wow, that's great. That's, I'm so happy that we're able to see as people that our money does make a difference, and that our we have power in the choices that we make, and where we want to see our money go.
mhm,
But you raised the point of, however, it's just like, this is not the first time that we've seen somebody get fired for having an opinion or making a statement.
mhm. Girl, yes. So, when we're discussing this, and it's like, okay, yes, they let go of Jimmy Kimmel because, of the statements that he made,
Yes.
but they have been like ESPN, for instance, right? Shannon Sharp, yes, he had his stuff that was completely inappropriate, but he lost his job over that. But we've gotten used to that because there were other people of color
Hmm.
who have been on ESPN, owned by ABC, Disney, that have lost their job. And it's a thing that we're used to.
Hmm.
But the moment that someone who is not a person of color loses their job,
Yeah.
now, oh, the whole world is up in arms.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. Well, and that just goes back to the time as now. Like I was thinking about, because I'm like, what other instances? Because like you said, there's just so many you can't even keep count. Like,
Hmm.
but a big instance that pops into my mind is Colin Kaepernick. Like we
Yeah.
just all thought he was gonna get another job. Like he was gonna go right back to
Right.
playing football. And but I think so. There's obviously differences in what Colin Kaepernick was doing and what Jimmy Kimmel was doing. Like they're two different stands of there's two different instances of taking a stand and standing up for what you want to believe. Colin Kaepernick literally did not want to stand up for the American flag, and then Jimmy
Hmm.
Kimmel is exercising his quote unquote freedom of speech.
Hmm.
However, I think that one of the main difference that stands out to me is that there are people that support the NFL, that watch ESPN, that wanted him to be fired. Like it wasn't the executives.
Yeah.
It might have not even been the team. It might have not even been the owners. I think that it was more so the people that support the football that wanted him fired, which is why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Um because there was I feel like that started the whole. I feel like that started the American flag being like this symbol of like, oh, I mean obviously the American flag is what it is, but I feel like for me that's when it became a political thing. Like the
Yeah.
flag became a political divider of I'm wearing this flag, or I'm putting up this flag because I'm against Colin Kaepernick. And I
Yeah.
literally was like, oh no, you're against black people.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
can't even
Yes.
look at the American flag now and not think like these people are racist. Like I do not see the flag in the same way anymore.
Because it stopped representing unity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
You know.
so to go back to the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, it's this is a blatant. You know that a Disney, they're in the pockets of Trump, or Trump is in the pockets of Disney. You know that they're in bed
Mhm.
together, so it's just like we know that there's no longer behind the scenes talk or rhetoric. It's all out in the open about what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very clear that they're trying to silence people because other people have lost their jobs. It's very clear that they're trying to silence people on speaking out against President Trump. That's the first time I've ever called him that since he's been, even the first time I never called his ass that. So let me take it back. The orange man. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Um Speaking out against the orange man, that you're gonna get fired and now lose your job. Like so, it's a very clear like the executives made that decision. Nobody wanted him to lose his job. The American people were not for him losing his job.
Exactly. Exactly. And if they were, it was just a small percentage, you know? It
Yeah,
was a small percentage, and I didn't go and listen to what exactly he said,
yeah, no,
but I saw a lot of people were saying that he was literally only criticizing one side of politics, wasn't celebrating the death of anyone, was just criticizing one side of the political um
but
thing. But
even if he was, I mean, like it's a show, it's entertainment. Like Donald Trump has said and done worse things on his show,
exactly,
The Apprentice. Like
exactly, exactly.
that's my whole thing. So yeah, and I am happy that people of influence have stepped up and supported him. President Obama, he's my forever president. Put something on his social media about it. It literally was,
Mhm.
the timeline of it is just like, oh wow, we
Yeah.
really do have power. We really do have influence. Like I think that happened. It was announced on Friday, Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, it was just within a few days.
Yeah,
Within a few days, people remember I told you somebody was canceling their wedding that was over 100 something $1,000. People canceled their cruises, people canceled their trips, their family trips. I mean, what? Off of one family, Disney makes a lot of money. And
they
it's,
do.
they have so smart business-wise because they have all of these different ways to bring money in,
Right,
right?
right.
And it's just like mind blowing to see how collectively
Right.
America has come together to say, "Up, our energy, excuse me, our energy is not going toward you anymore because we don't like what you just did."
Right.
Basically, they see, if you want to, you could put it this way, they see Jimmy Kimmel as him being fired as silencing America. It's a threat to the free speech of all of us,
Right.
which I think I'm not even going to go into the other side of that. They're seeing it as a threat to free speech in general, which I guess you can say it is, but it just makes me sad because I'm like, dang, Disney, come on.
I know,
I'm like,
man.
I didn't think that's the dark side right there.
I know.
We thought you were, like
I know. I
we thought
know.
you was good. And I mean, I guess I did
I
feel
mean,
some kind of way getting our little trickle in of multicultural princesses. Like, okay, here you could have this one, you could have that
yeah,
one.
they know just how much to do to
Mhm.
satisfy people, and it's
Mhm.
you can say that Disney are they might be the biggest con artists of them all. They got everybody fooled because their whole thing is about magic.
Girl,
Like their whole concept is dissolution. You
yeah.
come to us and get all the sugar. We walked around Epcot for 15 minutes looking for just plain water,
Mm.
juice that didn't have as much sugar as we couldn't find it. You have to literally
Mhm.
bring your own stuff if you want to eat healthy. Like
Mhm.
they pump you up on sugar. It's manufactured fun. It's
Mhm.
it's the whole thing, just the magic aspect of it is it draws you in. It's like ooh, this is so nice, I feel so good, happiest place on earth. And no, no, no. Some other things need to be exposed. This is going to be the first thing. If anything, it
And that
shows you how big Disney is.
and that's the major part of the disillusion, especially like for me, like having to now like adjust like, oh my gosh, okay. I really believed in this brand. And yeah, look, if you've been listening to the podcast in season what, 1 or 2, you know that I've been like Disney gave me an opportunity, like myself. And so Disney is like my right hand man. I'm like, okay, how can I do more work with y'all? And now I'm like, wait, do I want to do more work with you? We were friends. You just betrayed me. Like that's what it feels like. It really does feel like a betrayal of, like, oh, you just gonna stab us in the back like that? We thought we was good. Like, you're Disney. You represent all of us. You provided me with a girl's like an abusive relationship. You provided me with all these good things, and now you're just gonna turn your back on me. That's 100% is what it feels like. And I would say that I am, even though I am upset at the fact that it has taken someone who is not of color to be removed from their platform for all of America to band together.
I know. I know. I know
But
there's somebody
I'm
on
so
the
happy it
internet
happened.
probably compiling a list of black people that have gotten fired from any Disney owned thing
Hmm.
now. And there's like probably 20 people, at least 20 people that we can
Hmm.
see and name. And they're obviously, I don't know. But I mean, Jamel Hill, did she get fired or did she
Yeah,
leave?
she got fired.
Yeah.
I remember, I mean, I haven't looked this up, but I do remember that it was a problem. She got fired, and so it made it difficult for her to go find other jobs, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
um and so she had to start her own thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I
Well,
just I remember like, what? Just being so confused.
Well, and I'm thinking now about the podcast that I watch off the record with Mona K. Sarabi and I can't remember, she's the Dominican news reporter. They both started a podcast, and on their podcast they talk about leaving news anchor positions. They're very successful, well known people of color in the news industry that
Hmm.
made the decision to leave. It's just like and they talk about how you work your whole career is leading up to you having this position and being on TV and being somebody who can use your voice to influence people, but then they realize like I really can't. When they got into those roles, you are censored. You can only say certain things. They do own you.
Mhm.
You can't have your own IP. You can't start podcasts. You can't make money. You can't have certain brand deals with certain companies if you work for one company. Like there is a such thing as a conflict of interest, and so they realize like you are put in a box, and you
Mhm.
think like I want to be a news reporter. I'm going to tell people stories. I'm going to make a difference, but you are silenced.
Yeah.
Isn't that the it's like I don't even know the word for it, but it's just like America, like our news anchors don't even have free speech.
I have a good friend of mine. She is a ex former TV news producer,
Oh
and she
yes.
left. She left doing that job because she said she cannot do it anymore.
Who's that, your
She said the
cousin?
amount of no, no, no,
No.
not a family
Okay.
member.
Okay,
No.
okay, okay.
She was like, I can't, she's like, I can't do this anymore. There's too much, like, I forgot what tragedy. There was some sort of tragedy that went on, and the way that they forced her to show up, like she had to tell her newscasters, like, okay, we're gonna say this about it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do. She was just like, this is unethical.
Yeah.
This is not
Yeah.
how it should be run. Like if we're reporting the news, we're reporting facts,
Yes.
and we're not skewing the facts.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, she said she had to leave because of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I'm my cousin, one of my cousins, she worked I don't know if she worked as a writer or like assistant, producer or one of the jobs. There's so many different jobs at a news station, but at a news station in Miami, and one of the stations that's known for sensationalizing crime,
Mm.
and it's like it's a well known like, oh, if you want to turn on the news and see, if you want to turn on this station, you're gonna see every crime that doesn't happen, because they specifically cover black crime in Miami and sensationalize it. And she was just like,
Mm.
working there, obviously she got experience, but they specifically only cover those stories. They specifically only
Wow.
cover stories that are going to make certain groups of people, i.e. black and brown people of color, look
Yeah.
bad, look like all we want to
Yes.
do is steal, kill, and destroy each other.
Yes.
And I remember when I remember being in high school. Remember when we had girl, we had y'all, we had I'm calling the podcast people girl. I'm like, we y'all, our high school has been through it. We had somebody get
Hmm.
stabbed at our high school. Remember that, Jessica? Remember that boy that
Michael Nieves.
Michael
I will
Nieves, may
always
he
remember
rest
that.
in peace. I did not know him. We went to a big old high school in Orlando, so where you can't know everybody. But he was
Yeah, I remember him though.
he was young. And I mean, Jessica did know a lot of people, so she was referring to people. Now I'm like, no, I didn't know them. I kept my circle very small and tight. I was not around. I didn't do everybody like that. So anywho, I remember it was such a tragedy. It was such a tragedy. Like for somebody to get
Mhm.
stabbed and killed at school, like he was younger. He was like in ninth grade, I think. Like
Yeah, he was younger than us.
it
Hmm.
was a tragic. It was very sad. Even though I didn't know him, it was just a sad day. And I
Hmm.
specifically remember the news station being outside the school trying to interview people.
Hmm.
And I remember um Nancy Grace at the time. It was a big story. Nancy Grace had covered it on her show. And
Wow.
she was talking so much crap about why wasn't the school officials doing that, like, and even our news station had questions about like how could they let this happen, it was just a very negative view. The facts weren't presented the way it happened. Like it was just a very negative view of our school and the situation. And I could remember thinking like, wow,
Mm.
these people are rats. Like I had that realization then, like
Wow.
these news people ain't telling the news for real.
Wow.
I remember
I
that.
never saw it. I never saw it on the news or anything.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because
Hmm.
it's I mean, I know this is side note, like we don't have metal detectors at school to know. And there's so many things at
Yeah.
school that can be used as a weapon
Yeah.
to hurt someone.
Yeah.
Like it's if someone is sick in their mind,
Hmm.
there's no way to prevent that. And unfortunately, like of course I feel for his family. I feel, for the Nieves family and for his friends.
Hmm.
But I didn't even know the kid that did it. I didn't know he was crazy. I knew
Yeah.
that he was a little weird, but I didn't would not have expected him to do that. That's like walking around with scissors at school and just like, oh no, what are you gonna do with those? Like
Right.
we're not afraid of kids that have scissors in their hands,
Right.
but we didn't expect him to have a knife like that. But I'm just saying that he could have used anything else,
Right.
even if he
Right.
didn't have
Yeah. I
that, and,
mean,
and it still would have been the same
that
thing.
whole situation is just very unfortunate and crazy. It literally is like a Shakespearean play. Like somebody needs to turn that story into a play.
Girl, it was, and we were together. We were walking to the. This is look. We still going down this hallway right now, but we were walking down the hall together. Like, girl, let's go see what's going on at the bus loop.
Hmm.
Then we see the teachers running by, and we're like, oh shoot, what's
Because we didn't
happening?
ride the bus at that time because we were upperclassmen. Did we drive
Mhm.
yet? Did I drive? No, I
Yeah,
not yet. It was
you
11th.
didn't. Okay.
I think I started driving in 12th grade, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't even know, girl. I don't know.
I don't know what we were waiting on, but we weren't going home. We
We
were
was
just hanging
we
out
were
after
waiting on my
school.
mom to come and pick me up. I remember
Okay.
that my mom had to come and pick me up.
You know what I remember? I was standing outside, right? I had my I had a Target bag. I didn't wear a regular book bag. I had a handbag, and my handbag was big enough to carry my books, and it was this orange color. The sun was beating down, so my aunt calls me, which I gotta throw it out. On the time we're recording, today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Auntie Rosie.
Happy birthday.
Um, so she calls me and she's like, Jessica, what color is your bag? I was like, my book bag is orange. She was like, okay, yes, I see you on the news. Are you okay? I'm
She
like, oh,
saw
what?
you.
I'm like, oh,
She
you see
saw
me on
you.
the
I did not know that. She saw you. So it was a
news?
live. It was a live. See, they
It
were
was
already
live.
out there. See that to me
Hmm.
that was crazy. How are you already out there and we're still in school? We didn't even know what happened.
I know. I
Who's
know.
how like what?
I know.
Cause I remember all I remember is seeing Mr. Richard. Okay, that's what we was walking down the hall. Mr. Richardville was like either posted up or we were walking alongside him. Shout out to Mr.
Hmm.
Richardville, our physics teacher. He know with his little fine ass. I loved him. Okay, he was a white man. He was a white teacher, but he was a younger teacher, so he was very fine, very cute. And he would just say, my name is Matthews. Hello, Miss Matthews. Like he would just say my name like that. And I was like, hi, Mr. Richardville. So I
That's
think
hilarious.
we were walking towards him or we were walking alongside him. And I was happy because,
Hmm.
to see him outside of the classroom, like I was like, oh, we getting ready to talk to Mr. Richardville because he was like Miss Matthews, and then all of a sudden he gets a page on his walkie, and he's like, oh wait, I gotta go, and he starts running fast to the bus loop because that's where the
Hmm.
stabbing happened. But what month was that? What was astrology at that time? I don't even remember, girl.
It. I knew that I was a teacher's assistant at the time, and they made us be on the. They made us console the kids, which I'm like, I'm a child too. Just because I'm upperclassmen doesn't mean. So I was on like the committee, kind of, or they just formed the committee made up of other students who are teachers' assistants to help with consoling
I did not know
his friend.
that.
Hmm. They all came to the media center, and I had to just rub the back like, it's okay, you'll be okay. And I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I
You telling
know.
me I gotta sit in here and be support for?
They didn't
What
know
do I
what they
say?
was
Like, I'm
doing.
not trained in
They
this.
did not know what they were doing. Oh my
I
gosh,
know they
those
didn't
people.
know. You
That's
don't make other kids.
no. I remember having a prayer circle the next morning because it was almost like
Hmm.
do we go to school? What do we do? They did. Did they have? I think they had school the next day. I think
Yeah,
I
there was
remember
school.
going having a big prayer circle in the courtyard, um, praying and just thinking like, why God? Why did this have to happen to us in our school? And
Yeah.
oh my gosh! But yes, that was detour from the conversation to just Yeah, like we have not had freedom of speech, but I think going back to what we were saying is the timing, the astrology, the ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
time is now.
Yeah.
You know, somebody
Yeah.
might not have canceled their Disney subscription 4 years ago if somebody got fired for it. You know, it's just
Yeah.
there's a lot boiling and bubbling and bubbling. There was a
Yeah.
volcano that erupted this weekend too in
Really?
Hawaii. Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
I know. You know that's something when the
Were
volcanoes
people
are.
safe?
I don't
Were
know.
people
I
okay?
can't
Okay.
now when I see stuff. I can't go too much into it because then that's the other like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that people like it's just so much going on. Like I can't take another
Hmm.
people lives lost story. So I don't know.
And that's a part of the whole disillusion, and also with transformation. As someone who is transforming to being just more open spiritually,
Yeah,
is that you do have to guard
you
yourself.
do.
We do have
You do.
to, like, okay, I know what's going to touch me, what's going to affect me, and what will more than likely take me off of the harmony that I'm experiencing in my life right here, right now.
Right.
If I can't do nothing about that part, I do not need to know about it. It could sound selfish, but literally, the best thing that we can do for planet Earth is to be in harmony with ourselves, with our families, with our immediate circle. When you think about the dark side of miracles, when you think about the dark side of when you're in the transformation, you do feel this loss. You do feel this heaviness. Like for me specifically, I feel like, I look back like, oh my gosh, like I let things get like this. I just allowed myself to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I allowed myself to be in this,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um and so the dark side is that you see what you were able to put up with before,
Mm-hmm.
and then also it does feel like you lose something,
Yeah.
like because what cannot be carried forward into the future is falling away. You are losing something.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Well, and that's a part of the disillusion. It's like you were, being there. Has been an illusion,
Hmm.
and so all of that has to be. Oh, you have to become awake. Like the
Yeah.
disillusion, like the opposite of
Yeah.
the illusion is like, okay, now I can actually see what reality is. And right now I'm reading for my herbalism apprenticeship, I'm listening to an audiobook called Braiding Sweetgrass. And it's about just how Native Americans, indigenous people, to Turtle Island specifically, commune with the land and with the earth. And with that, you have to hear and know the real, actual, true stories of how they were disconnected from their land and how they were disconnected from
Hmm.
being one with the earth. And it just, for me, hearing personal accounts or personal, hearing from somebody that, has been, family's been personally affected by such extreme. I mean, it's like when hearing from somebody, like, of course, I have ancestors that were enslaved, but it's just another example of colonialism, whitewashing, like the fact that they put all the kids in boarding schools. And um just to hear, like, there's only 9 people in the world that speak her tribe's language now because they forced
Mm.
all the kids to speak English when they sent them to boarding schools. They did not want the children to continue speaking their language. And so it's a
Oh wow.
dying language. And so it's just, it makes you, and to see the timeline of how they took the land and how they now, quote unquote, sell land. And just like being a part of, like,
Hmm.
I want to have a lot of land. I see the beauty in that. But it's just like the act of buying and selling land is literally colonialism, capitalism, imperialism. It's just like, I can't believe I'm a part of it. I cannot believe I
Mhm.
live in this world and had no idea. My eyes were shut, closed off, or was asleep to the atrocities of how our world came to be.
Mhm.
It's the same
Mhm.
thing that you're describing, but just on a wider lens. Like, wow, I can't. This is America. The song, "This
Yeah.
is America. This is where we live."
Yeah. They did say that Childish Gambino was ahead of his time.
Yeah. And Colin Kaepernick. And I really want to
Mhm.
know what he thinks. He's such a peaceful, humble, sweet, gentle person. I want to
Mhm.
know what he thinks. I'm sure he's posted something, or maybe not. Maybe he's just being quiet. Maybe it's a slap in the face. I don't know, but I really would like to have a conversation with him too.
Being quiet and watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And to go back to, I think along with disillusionment, also comes questions. You're
Hmm.
filled with so many questions,
Hmm.
because as you're explaining, like the whole idea of colonialism being, this land is my land, it's not your land because I bought it, I got the receipt, honey. Like,
Right.
in Jamaica, I learned that if you buy land, right, if you're not on your land and someone says, oh, look, that's the perfect land for my family to settle on, and they live on that land is now theirs.
Oh
And you
wow.
cannot take it from them, because they have every right to um,
Inhabited.
unalive you
Oh.
if you try to take the land. That's what I heard. Okay, y'all. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like, no, you're not allowed to get this land because you're not even here. And so, excuse me, I thought, well, that's barbaric. Like, why? Like, if this is your land, like you paid for that belongs to you. But the island thing is, but you're not here.
Yeah.
And we need this land to live on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're actually doing something with
The
it.
other side of it. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. And so for me, I'm questioning, I'm like, dang, like, so, okay, so which way is right?
Yeah.
Which way is, I don't know. I don't know. That raises
Well,
more questions
and
for me.
so me reading this book, obviously, I'm sharing it with my husband. I'm just like, I can't believe this is so crazy. And he comments every once in a while. He listens to me and my roller coaster of emotions all day long.
Hmm.
But his one of the comments that he made was just like, yeah, like these white people really believe that their way of being is right.
Yeah.
Their way of doing is right, and anything that is not them is wrong.
Yeah.
And that is how we've been conditioned to think too. Like there is a right and wrong. There is no right and wrong. Like there's no, like, you're putting yourself in their mindset when you say what is right in the situation.
Hmm.
And
You're right.
it's,
You are so right about that.
yeah, yeah, you like don't put yourself in, like, don't think like them. That's the our
Hmm.
whole way of thinking and being needs to be deconstructed so that we can get out of, I mean, obviously it's not going to be completely, but like, is there a right and wrong answer? We don't know, but you can come up with
Hmm.
solutions. You can commune with people and align yourself with people so that you can come up with solutions to the problems that are happening. So
Yeah.
it's so, like, that book, I advise everybody to listen to it or read it. It's called Braiding Sweetgrass, and it's by let me look at the author right now. She narrates it too, so it's in her voice, which is really
Oh,
good.
good. I love when they do that.
Yeah, it's called Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Walker Kimmerer. No, Robin Wall Kimmerer. Um, she explains how just not only was the land viciously taken, they were driven away from their land, but how just a lot of the concepts of whiteness or Europeanism, you know, was just so hard for them because they don't even believe in people owning land. Like,
Hmm.
the earth is everyone's to share. And she
Mm.
she even goes to explain, like, because she's learning her language. She wasn't taught their language either because her grandpa had to go to a boarding school. But so she was
Mm-hmm.
saying that their language is extremely hard to learn because it's a completely different mindset. The exact same thing as Maladoma Somé says is their mindset is so different that their language is not even like the English language is made up of 70% nouns because
Mm-hmm.
we believe that it's either person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
Their language is made up of 70% verbs because they believe all things are
Oh wow.
living. All things are
Oh
living.
wow.
So when you're learning Spanish, when you're learning verbs, you have to conjugate. You have to conjugate stuff. And so
Mm-hmm.
she's
Mm-hmm.
like, everything is it's there's so many different variations to her language because everything is living.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, oh, give me that thing is this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So what it's doing for
it's
you.
what
Mm-hmm.
is right, exactly. And so it's she was just explaining like this is a very intricate way of living, and even like European Spanish too, Europeanized language, English, Spanish, and probably other languages put things in gender, like,
Yeah, French too. Mm-hmm.
yes. She said their language is not like that. Their language doesn't assign gender to specific words. There's
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, that's another construct. Just to think about how much we are programmed, even
Yeah.
down to our language. Like there's not even certain words like Maladoma Somé. Like there's not a word for fake in his language because there's no such thing as something being fake.
Yeah. Which is so hard to think of, you know. I'm even thinking of like describing someone as fake, which is like you wouldn't the other way to describe a fake person is two-faced, you know, or not dependable or untrustworthy,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
mm,
Well, and
wow.
we know what he was talking about something else. I think it was like not real. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
couldn't explain
Mhm.
to fill the audience in. Is like he couldn't explain the show. Was it Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Yeah, to
Star
his
Trek, yeah.
village people because they didn't understand that it was a make believe show.
Mhm.
Because to them, like that stuff is real,
If the mind can see it, it can
right?
be brought into
Then it
reality,
is
which
real.
we have seen is true.
Exactly. Exactly. When we know
That is so
what we
true.
say too, like what's going on in Hollywood, what they put on TV is actually what is happening some of the time in some
Girl,
other way, form, universe.
let me let me insert this because I said I was talking to some of my herbal friends, um, and they were like, "Oh, has anyone tried to grow cassava?" And I'm like, "Me,
Mhm.
right?" I said, "Yes, I've tried to grow cassava."
Mhm.
Now, after you know, we've read about Malidoma Somé and Sabonfu Somé, their husband and wife team, literary team, with their own books, and I'm like, okay, I know that everything that I say comes into existence, right? Especially after hearing from them. Um, and so I had two cassava plants still, right? But I said, if something said, don't say it. I knew the lawn man was coming. I knew the lawn man was coming. I knew it. I told these people I tried to grow them, but they didn't grow because my lawn man cut off all the leaves. I still pressed send. I still told them that. And I said, oh, shoot, I still got two other plants I'm trying to grow, two more cassava plants.
Mhm.
I went outside the next day. And what happened?
He cut the
The lawn
leaves.
man cut up all the leaves. And I was like, well, I mean, it may not happen now. They're in a different place, right? It's a whole different lawn man. Like, it'll be fine.
Girl, you gonna have to get little flags and put them up around your. Do not. People have signs out here in front of the plants that they don't want cut by the people. Do
Yeah.
not cut. Do not
Yeah.
trim. Do
Well,
not.
see, they weren't even in the ground, too. They weren't in the ground. It's just, I know. It's long story. Long story. That's exactly why everything was set up so that my words came true.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I said was true
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, look. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
Yes.
That is 100% real.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
that, you know what, I want to say before we move on to the next segment, I want to say that that is one of the most important parts. Like the way to get through the heaviness, the heartbreak, the depression, the feeling of being lost through anything that's breaking down is keeping in mind, where am I heading from here?
Yes.
Don't get caught up in it.
Yeah.
You have to have that, even if you can't even picture what it's going to look like, what society, what your life, what around you is going to look like, you at least can know, okay, I don't want to feel like this. What is the better feeling that I can reach for?
Yes.
How am I going to feel in the end?
Yes. Yes.
And that's how, um, that's how we protect ourselves, protect our energies, knowing that this is only temporary, as everything always is.
Right. Well, that was the next segment. We don't have to do it. I mean, we have a segment called I Said What I Said, and it's about manifestation and how we manifest. And Jessica just beautifully explained the power of manifestation and how it works in different areas and different instances, different situations, and even with mindset. So thank you. Thank you for that. That was
Hmm.
good. That was good.
Girl, yes.
Yes, yes, but Jessica and I believe that this platform is one that is built for manifesting and for creating and speaking and using our voice. Obviously, it's a podcast, but specifically, we've noticed a pattern in podcasting and how people are able to easily manifest things when they speak it on their podcast. So, we created a segment for this. Specifically
Hmm.
for manifestation. So, we will be doing things like that, explaining how manifestation works, sharing manifestations that have been successful throughout our lives, sharing things that we want to manifest. And then also, we want our audience and our listeners to be able to share their manifestation success stories or share with us
Yes.
things that they want to bring into fruition and bring out into the world and manifest and create. And so, we are going to be sharing past guests' success stories coming up very
Hmm.
shortly. And so, one of the lighthearted things that I was going to say that I wanted to manifest today is I am actively manifesting. I mean, I just said that I was upset with colonialism and
Hmm.
I've come a long way. But I still live in society. I still live in America and I do want a white G Wagon. So I am manifesting that.
Oh my gosh.
That is my manifestation for
As
today.
you should. As you should, okay?
Yes. And I have Alina
As you
helping me.
should.
I've trained her. She knows what the G Wagons look like. So when we pass them on the street, she's like, Mommy, that's your car. I'm like, I know, right? That's my car. When are you going to get it?
Hmm.
Soon, soon, soon. But
Look,
yeah.
that's but it's we can have, I know they say you can't have it all, but yes you can. Okay? So Michelle Obama says you can have it all but not at the same time.
Yes.
Your world is your world, okay?
Yes.
There are unlimited possibilities,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We are all the we are all the greatest manifestation of all that is,
Yeah.
right? Each one of us.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, do what you need to do to make yourself happy, as long as it is for the good of all. And if a wagon gets you there, my yacht gets me there too, okay?
Girl, at this rate, I'm like, and so like, remember when you said last night, you're like, dang, I should have posted my Disney content because now it's not even. I'm like, I better get my G wagon now because if Mercedes gets canceled and I can't freaking buy a Mercedes when I want to, like, I'm gonna be mad. Like, let's hurry up and get this
Girl,
stuff before every company gets canceled, please.
girl. You see, look, y'all, like that's what I'm telling you. This whole like disillusionment, like I was really ready to continue working with Disney, and now I'm like, well, can I even talk about it? I can't talk about it right now. My
Oh,
cousin just got funded. His movie, he's a director. Movie just got funded by one
wow.
of the Walt Disney companies,
Mm,
one of the programs that they have. And I'm like, good.
congratulations to
He
him.
posted. Yes, yes. His name's Andrew Reed. Congratulations, Andrew.
Yes.
But I'm like, man, what a time.
I know. Well, that's just like the whole Target thing. When people have their brands in Target,
Yeah,
it's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. But let's move on
girl.
to our other segment of
Yes,
I've got an
I
herb
got
for
it.
that.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yes.
Jessica and I are both herbalists at heart. We're remembering our herbalism skills and how to make medicine and how to align with plants. And so we thought that this segment was necessary and needed. And it's fun. Like we love to talk about the medicine that we're making, the plants that we learn about, and the herbs that we experiment with and align with. So today we're talking about oat straw, right?
Yes, yes. We're talking about oat straw. It's believed a lot of herbalists that work with oat straw say everybody needs oat straw at all times.
Mhm.
It is one of the best herbs, especially to have at this time that goes with if you're experiencing disillusion, experiencing the heaviness of it.
Mhm. Yes, the Latin name is Avena sativa. And I mean, oatmeal comes from oat straw. Milky oat tops is another form of the herb. There's different parts of the plant that you can use for different things. And oatmeal, they make Aveeno lotion from oat straw. Avena. So I'm reading out of Empress Karen's spiritual herbalism book, and she says that oat straw is recommended when addressing burnout, grief, sudden shock, and trauma. It supports those involved in social justice movements, and it builds resistance and resilience in stress. It is also nourishing and restorative to individuals whose nerves feel dry and brittle from the effect of long-term stress. Oat straw is helpful when you feel like you need support but don't have people or systems around you to provide it.
Mm, mm.
So that is good.
There we go.
Yes, yes. In physically in the body, on a um pathophysiological why did I even say that? Uh in the body, it says that the plant is rich in B complex vitamins and magnesium, which is required for the nervous system's healthy functioning. It also
Hmm.
protects the myelin sheath surrounding our nerves, ensuring that the nervous system's it just functions smoothly. So when you have a strong myelin sheath, you you are fortified. So I feel like this is a perfect example of a physical aspect being connected to a spiritual aspect. Like she just said, it helps you feel supported when you don't have people or systems around you. That's because it's literally
Yeah,
fortifying your myelin sheath.
yeah, yeah. As
So
above, so below. As within, so without.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
So we just love aligning with the herbs on a deeper level in that way. Is just knowing like, yes, this is actually healing me, this is helping me, and it has outward effects.
Yep,
So yeah,
yep.
yeah,
That's so good. Love that.
yes, yes.
Yes, I actually have you experienced oat straw yourself?
Yes, that was one of our assignments at the beginning of our class, was to sit with oat straw and nettle for 3 months.
Hmm.
And so I made a tea
So I gotta.
interchangeably.
No one knows what class you're talking about.
Oh yes, I am in. I've mentioned it before, but yes, I am. And let me mention it again. I am an apprentice in the Sacred Vibes Spiritual Herbalism program with Empress Karen Rose. I am now in level 2, so I'm
Woo!
learning spiritual
Congratulations.
herbalism. Yes, and so her main thing is we're not looking at the plants as just how we can use them. You are communing, you are aligning, you are getting to know these plants, you are becoming one
Hmm.
with nature, which is why she has us reading these books like Braiding Sweetgrass, like I mentioned earlier.
Hmm.
So she had us sit with oat straw and nettle the very first two herbs at the beginning of the class, just to show us the power. Um, and yeah, I mean, I feel like I feel like I have been able to function without people, maybe not systems, but without people just naturally in my life, because I've always moved. But
Mhm.
specifically right now, during this time of major transition for myself and for my family, because we did move again. As you all know, we moved. Finally, we're not going to move after this. Um, but it was hard. Like during the summer, I did feel like I didn't have people. I did feel like I needed extra support, and the means in which I sought support was very different from what I would have done before. I didn't go out and just try to be social. I didn't go out and just try to enroll my kids into things. I didn't fill our schedules with doing things and activities. Yes, we were
Mhm.
naturally, spending time with family and going on vacation for the summer, but I didn't intentionally just try to make us busy so that we
Yeah.
felt like we were supported. My supports were ancestral. My supports were speaking to spiritual guides and diviners and people that could help me myself see, look, you have the elements, you have nature, you have water, you have your
Mhm.
ancestors that are literally standing behind you saying you are supported. And so the way in which
Mhm.
I sought the support was very different. And I mean, I could credit it to Oat Straw and me sitting with it, but it's definitely, this class has changed the way that I think and the
Yeah.
way that I access things. So yeah.
That's so good. That's so
Yeah.
good. And I think it also needs to be said, um, the type of support that the ancestral one provides, the type of support that plants provide, when you're, or even water, it's not through speech, it's energetic. And that's the language that you have to allow yourself to understand. It's a whole different language.
Mhm.
It's like, and you listen not with your ears, but with your senses.
Mhm.
And it's very, very different.
Mhm.
And I just, for our listeners, it's, you do have to be still. You do have
Mhm.
to almost seclude yourself
Mhm.
in order to awaken those senses. But we all have it. We can all have that type of support um,
Mhm.
within us from the elements.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you? Have you aligned with it?
No, I haven't tried oat straw on its own. I have had oat tops.
Mhm.
Um, and oat tops, I mean, it's still part of the same plant, right?
Yeah.
The oat tops would be what would produce the milky oats, the
Mhm.
milky, and it's called milky oats because the they literally look like they have milk coming out, like the
Mhm.
sap
Mhm.
comes out. But unless you, like, we live in Florida, in order for us to get milky oats, we'd have to order it from somewhere like up north
Yeah.
and get it 24-hour, like shipped to us
Yeah.
within 24 hours.
Exactly.
So I
Yeah.
don't know
It's not a
when.
sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's just not native to Florida.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I look forward to trying oat straw, but so far the oat tops have been just as good. Um, I have it in my sacred reset um, tisane blend that I drink myself, and I had to start drinking that. I mean, I made that blend for myself, not just to sell, but for myself because, first of all, the vitamin B as in boy, it is necessary, right? Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
absolutely necessary. But my nerves were shot.
Mm.
Like anything and everything, like moving, going, not moving physically, but like um moving throughout the day for Monday to become Tuesday and Tuesday to become Wednesday,
Yeah.
and all of the different things that happen in the day, right? We get thrown every which way. And I found that I just wasn't managing change in the way that I wanted to.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Ooh, I need some." I need something to really to calm me down, to reset my nervous system,
Yeah.
and to just make me feel like okay, grounded.
Right. Right.
Um, that's why I went to oat tops. But yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's I will say that it's a good herb for somebody who is extremely reactive in
Hmm.
stressful situations, or is just constantly reactive in stressful situations. Like, you know that you're about to be in a stressful situation. So let's go ahead and, you know, get ahead of that. Let's do something, let's drink this tea so that when you are in this situation, so that when you are back at work or you are taking care of this family or whatever,
Yeah.
you know how to react, and you're not sending your body into a state of fight or flight. That it's
Yes.
like, let's keep our body at equilibrium, let's be able to think clearly, let's let the oxygen get to our brain cells so that we can
Hmm.
find solutions to some of the things that are happening. And so oat straw is good for that because it allows your nerves to stay at
Hmm.
even functioning, baseline functioning.
That's what I noticed about myself, that I was easily going into fight, flight, or freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
use that freeze function a lot. Like that is my base mode. And I reckon I'm like, hold up, like, why am I freezing? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like confusing. Oh yeah, God is telling me to stand still. No, not right now, girl. You're standing still because you're scared.
Yes.
And there's nothing to be
Yes.
afraid of right now. Okay,
Yes.
keep going.
Yes. And imagine being the friend on the line listening, and you're like, "What? Okay. All right." I let's just say a lot of my friends have allowed me to exercise listening and being supportive no matter what, because that is not the first thing that I want to do.
Hmm. Yes.
But yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, that herb is so important. It's just,
Yeah.
it's also like we have this segment because what you eat, what you drink is a part of your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's also another way to remain spiritually connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to move on to our last segment, which is witchy shits. And
yes.
what better time to talk about soups and witches brews? It's the fall season. It's very witchy to make soups and brew things, let them simmer and sit. Um because we live in Florida, but it will get cool
Hmm.
at one
It's
point.
already getting cool.
Yeah,
Cool
it's
for us. Cool for
cool.
me is 78.
Cool is 78 for Jessica. Um, but in other parts of the country and the world, it is getting cool. It's sweater weather, and
Hmm.
I just love soup. I'm a soup girl. We've talked about soup before on this podcast, but like, there's just so many different soups and recipes that we can try. We're natural witches, kitchen witches. And so I love
Hmm.
cooking soup. I love it. I love experimenting with different things. And so, what soups have you eaten lately?
What soup have I eaten lately? I
Oh
just
my,
made it last week because it's it's my kid's favorite, chicken foot soup.
Jessica's Jamaican. If you didn't know before, now you know.
It is like the most witchiest looking soup there is
Girl.
because
Foot of a
what?
chicken.
Why did like? Why you got hands up in your soup? Well, I'm not about to eat that. It look like Adam's family food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we watching Wednesday, I'm like, oh okay, they eating bits and pieces. Look at us with chicken feet up in my bowl while we all in the same family.
Girl. Well, y'all are going to be nice and nourished.
My
What'd you put in there? What are the ingredients of the soup?
So it changes, right? It changes because it just depends on what ingredients I have. But traditionally, I'm not even going to call it traditionally because it also depends on like what part of Jamaica you're from.
Yes.
What part it determines how the soup is cooked. But of course, it has like pumpkin, it has white yam, it has yellow yam,
Mm.
um, it has, and I think let me. If you go to the store and you look for white yam, it's called name in like
Okay.
the Spanish word name.
Okay.
Um, Yellow yam, I don't know what they call it. I just call it yellow yam.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
big and yellow. You don't really see it at many stores. You'll see white yam before anything. White yam is also what they use to make fufu.
Okay.
Um, and then it has
Which is
carrots,
an
like the
African,
big
which is an
thick one.
African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Fufu is African, or I forgot which cultures,
I think it's
what country.
Nigeria. I mean, it might be more than one.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be more than
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Um, and then it has, I mean, basically, it has like chicken stock, but your chicken broth stock is made from boiling the meat down, right? You have to
Mhm.
boil it down
Mhm.
for a long time, and then you throw in the vegetables, and then
Mhm.
um, you also put in Scotch bonnet pepper,
Oh my
so it is
gosh.
spicy,
Yes. I can't take that. Oh
and
my
yes,
gosh.
put into pimento or allspice,
Mhm.
and what's the other thing? You potatoes, and I'm missing one essential ingredient. Um, there's no like tomatoes or anything like that, so it's just very much like a clear kind of broth.
Mhm.
Oh, dumpling. You
Oh,
make
okay.
dumpling. So boiled, for anyone who is not Caribbean, you just take dough, like all-purpose flour, mix it with water, add like salt and pepper into it, make it into a dough, and you roll it up, flatten it a little bit, and you drop that in, and it's like a really gummy kind of like you're just eating dough.
Yeah.
Just eating dough
Yeah.
in it, but that's the kids favorite part of it
It
is
sounds really good.
the dumpling. And
That
yeah.
sounds it sounds good, and just the letting it boil down is like, okay, you're gonna get
hmm
some good pot liquor out of that. That's some good nutritious.
Yes. And it's you can tell that it is nutritious, for those of you who are not vegan, okay? Because when it cools it becomes a gel, and I'm
Ooh,
like, wow,
yes.
it's all it's like that's the whole flavor, that's all the flavor.
Right, right,
But
right.
I would not be cooking it, Alyssa. I would not be cooking no chicken foot soup if my kids didn't like it. I made it once because they asked me. They were like, "Can we have it? Can we try it?" Because they love eating weird, what seems to be weird stuff. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, fine, I'll make it." After I made it, they were like, "We need this all the time."
Wow. See, they remember. They know that that's what they're supposed to be eating.
hmm
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about your soup? I know you love soup.
I
Have you had any
do.
recently?
I do. No, I haven't cooked any soup yet. The only soup like thing that I've made recently was chili.
hmm
And that's, chili is made in so many different ways, but um, I want to have like a chili cook off in our family because so many people believe that they make chili so good, especially my husband. He thinks that he can make chili better than me. So,
That's funny.
yeah, it's every time I make it or every time he makes it, we see like
hmm
how much better we can make it. So, yeah. Yeah. But one of
Oh.
the things that I learned, which you were already doing, was
hmm
putting the hard root herbs like astragalus
hmm
into your soups,
hmm
you can even boil it in rice water so you can get the nutrients from that herb, because it is a herb that has to be boiled and simmered for a longer time, longer than most teas and the flowers.
Yeah.
So putting those herbs in your food, you've been doing that for how many years already? And just like, oh wow, it does work. That's a good way of getting
hmm
all your nutrients in, is just putting those roots into your food. And like that is a very
hmm
witchy thing. And so that's why we're deconstructing the word witch, because it's healing. We are
Hello.
healers.
Say it again.
We are healers of our family and our
Yes.
community, and so we are going to use our roots and put them in our stews. And so I had some leftover astragalus that I
hmm
was able to simmer when and I mean, it was very, very fine. And I simmered it in the chili. So we
Oh,
did.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, like, American, when you think about American diet culture, like, it's bake this, bake that, grill this, grill that. And it's like, yes, you want to eat less fat, like, it depends on what you're doing, what your goals are. But we have to look back at our ancestry, like the soups, right? It's not just about getting less fat, it's about including more nutrients into your diet.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and the best way to get those nutrients is to boil it up.
Yes.
Boil it up,
Yes.
drink it up.
Yes. Well, and yeah, that like, oh, steam it, steam it. Don't cook the
Mhm.
vegetables for too long. Yes, there are benefits of eating raw. We know that, and our
Yeah.
ancestors did eat some things raw, but some stuff does have to be cooked for longer periods of time
Mhm.
because you have to unlock the nutrients in order for it to be.
And
Yeah.
let me say this, girl. It's for Scotch bonnet, right? Scotch bonnet pepper. You may notice habanero peppers. They are spicy, right? If you just let it sit in the pot for a little bit of time. If you let it sit in there and boil for a long period of time, the spice level goes down and the flavor
Oh,
comes out.
I didn't know
Then
that.
it's not as spicy.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
so
that.
that's what I do. Like, if I forget to put it in, like, early, excuse me, if I forget to put it in early, I just don't add it at all, because then I'm like, okay, it's gonna be way too spicy. The longer it sits there in the heat, it's like, for some reason, the heat kind of just cooks off.
But Jessica's her and her kids way too spicy is literally like on 1,000. Like
Okay.
I can't even eat anything with spice. I remember we was at the Major Hype comedy show. Story moment for a
Yeah.
second. Remember we was at the Major Hype comedy show and we had got, was it jerk chicken that we was eating?
Was it?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Probably.
It was some type of chicken, but they had freaking peppers in the rice. I'm like, I'm not
Oh
that.
yeah.
Like I am, my family is of Caribbean descent, but I ain't putting no Scotch bonnet peppers in my rice. Like I'm not eating no. First of
Yeah,
all,
that's
so
how
it
it's
was
made.
dark in there. I know Donnell know anybody that knows me. I don't like eating my food in the dark
Aw.
because the food came late. So the comedy show has already
Mhm.
started and we're
Mm.
eating and we're watching him. And I'm like, I gotta eat this in the dark. Why did I eat one of the Scotch bonnet peppers? Because I couldn't see. I always say, I need to see my food. I need to see what I mean. I don't like eating in the dark. And for that reason,
Uh-huh.
I didn't even realize I put a whole pepper in my mouth. Now I am
Oh
sitting,
no.
we are at a Major Hype show. If y'all don't know who that is, he is a Caribbean. What is he? Is he Jamaican?
He's Jamaican. Yeah, he's
He is
Jamaican.
a Jamaican comedian. Show full of Jamaicans. I'm sitting in the front row around Jamaicans. I cannot act like this food is too spicy. So I'm over here like tears running down my eyes. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so funny. Wanting to die because I have a
That
damn
is so
pepper in my
funny.
mouth.
I mean, it's funny but not funny, because when that happens, you feel like you are about to die. Like, oh my
Girl,
gosh.
yes, I wanted to get up and run out. I was like, I wanted to run to the
Mhm.
back because I don't think I had any more to drink either. I think I had drank
No,
all
because it
my
was
drink.
served like it's
I was
small.
literally trying to eat up all the rice. I'm like, I need to put something in my mouth. I need to put something in my mouth just so I can get this. I was, girl, I'm like, I can't let these people know that this food is too spicy. They gonna be like, why she in here?
Oh my gosh.
Because you know, y'all, yeah, Jamaicans are just very funny. Yeah, they don't accept people. They not open to people. So you gotta act
Mm-mm.
like you one of them, even if they know you not. You gotta act like you
Oh
one
my
of them when
gosh.
with a whole bunch of them. So
That's hilarious. That is
yes,
too funny.
yes. Oh gosh, but yeah, that was good. But yeah, no, it's
Mhm.
our ancestral foods, our cultural foods, we're also learning and remembering that they're not all bad and there are aspects. They're not bad at all. Like it's just your way of looking at it. It's that whole good or
Mhm.
bad thing again. Like there is a time to eat soup. There is a time to eat spicy food. Like of course you're gonna cook with more spices when you want warming. It's going to be
Mhm.
cold outside. It's going to be cool outside. Let's get the warming effects of what we're eating. So this is good.
Yes, yes, it
It's
was.
good.
It was great. I love this episode. Thank you guys for listening.
Yes. Yes. Follow us on Instagram at Keep Expecting Miracles Pod and send us in you could literally put into your chat GPT. We might have to have a segment that put that segment of like how to manifest with chat GPT. We've already done
Yeah.
it, but like more in depth. Just
Yeah.
so we can get some more listener stories in. And then we just gonna manifest all day, boo boo. We're gonna manifest all day long with ourselves. But follow us on social
Mhm.
media. Email us at keepexpectingmiracles at gmail if you want to be on our show. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
All of that.
All right, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.
Yes. Bye.